What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, GQ37. I'm Chris Godber, and this is Project FX35. Today I'm going to actually probably do several different videos, and what we're going to be doing is fixing several issues at once by taking this door panel off. One, we got to replace this mirror, right? It's duct taped. Hurricane Sally broke it. They knocked the cover off, and it's cracked here. This whole car got beat up by 2 different hurricanes, which is why I got it so cheap. It's mostly cosmetic issues, most of which are going to be fixed very soon with the paint job. I'll be redoing the interior as well for some tears. I've got a replacement mirror here. I could not find a black one, although now eBay has a black one now that I ordered this. It really doesn't matter since the whole thing's about to get repainted. But in order to do that, we got to take the door panel off. So here we go. Alright, so removing the door panel here is as easy as prying up the trim on the door pull. Just pry it up with a plastic pry tool or flathead screwdriver. There's a notch in the top and the bottom, and you just pull back on it. It's really easy. Behind it are 2 screws, and you've got one more behind the door handle. There's a plastic trim piece here you can pry out with either a small flathead screwdriver or your plastic trim removal tool, which I'm going to use here. You just stick it in that little notch and then just pry it up like that, and there's another Phillips screw behind that. Those are the only screws holding the door panel on. The rest are just the plastic little insert all along the edge and the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these 3 screws here. Alright, and after that we're going to move to removing the window switch. I'm just organizing my 3 screws, putting them on the floor mat here so I know where they go. To remove the window switch, I'm going to use the plastic pry tool again on this window switch and just pop that up. You could use a screwdriver or a butter knife, but plastic on plastic usually keeps from scratching it up. So I'm just going to pop that out, and I'm going to use some vice grips to squeeze the prongs together and go ahead and pull those out. It's kind of a tight squeeze to do with your fingers, so I use some pliers or some vice grips to get those out. Now, to pull the door panel off, you're going to start at the bottom, and you're just going to separate all the little plastic tabs that are into the metal of the door. And starting with the bottom, just start pulling and then work your way around with your fingers to the edge of the door as they come out. And then you'll feel it starting to separate as you get up to the sides. And then the door is still hanging on the very top. There's a little hook that keeps the door panel hanging on the door, rather, so it's not falling off. But keep in mind, you're going to have a lot of connectors as you take this off. You're going to have 2 cables going to the door lock and the door handle, and you're going to have several wiring harnesses for. There's a light behind the door handle you're going to have. There's the memory seat if this is the driver's side door you're working with, and so you've also got a light at the very bottom of the door. So you've got several connectors. So don't just yank the panel off. Make sure you're still supporting it while you unplug all these things and pulling out these cables. Here's the 2 cables for your door lock and your door handle. One's going to go down, and the other is a little ball mechanism that's going to go behind it. So just pay attention to how those go in when you're taking them out, so you can put it back when you're all done. And then it's just a matter of unhooking all these wire connectors. Once your door panel is off, you're just going to pry off this little plastic cover. There's only 2 little inserts that are going to hold it on there. There's really nothing to it. It just pulls straight off. Get some fingers behind it. Then you'll want to unplug your mirror harness and remove the 3 10mm bolts. Now, as you're taking out that last one, you're going to want to support the mirror so it doesn't fall out, because those are all that's holding it in at this point. So just put a hand there and support it as you remove that last nut, and then the mirror will pull out from the back. Just do it gently. Feed the wiring harness through, and then the mirror is out. So this is what it looks like on the outside. It's a little bit dirty, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that before I put the new one in. And there we go, that's a little bit better. Now we'll proceed. Alright guys, and putting the new mirror in is just the reverse of taking it out. I actually cheated on showing the removal of the video, as my camera threw an error on that portion of the video. I didn't realize it until I was editing and all done. So this is me putting the mirror in, but me taking it out was actually just this in reverse, so it's going to look very familiar to you. But it really is just that easy. It's just these 3 bolts, so I'm just supporting the mirror as I put those nuts on and finger tighten them, and then I'm going to use my socket wrench and actually tighten them, followed by plugging the wiring harness back in. Now at this point, before you put the cover back on, you want to just check, turn your accessory power back on, and just make sure that the power function of the mirror actually works. There's not much that could go wrong here, but you still, before you put your door panel on, you want to make sure that it's actually working. So that's what I'm doing right here, and it is. Alright. So this has 2 pegs. You've got 2 little plastic pegs right here and there, and then you've got, or those are the slots and these are the pegs, so I'm just going to line that up and put those in there. And it snaps back in like that. Alright, so there is the mirror back on. And it's not black. The whole thing is going to get repainted. I just grabbed the color I could find. It's actually not bad, especially if it was silver. It really wouldn't be bad. It'd be more like the Audis, you know, some of those have that satin silver and like match the roof racks and stuff. Alright guys, that's all there is to putting the mirror on. I'm going to keep it moving. If that's all you needed to do, you can put your door panel back on in the reverse order. I'm going to do the window relearn procedure, so if you need to know that video, I'll put the link there and at the end of this video. And then I'm going to show you how to fix your door catches without buying new ones, and just use the ones you got, just turning the grommet on the inside. So stick around for that as well. That video will be right here if you need to know that. Thanks again for watching, guys. If this was helpful, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.